Ready?
No. Of course not.
Well, this is starting off well. Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome back to mostly us. After
Mostly us.
we were like, oh, we're gonna take a quick hiatus, and then we come back 2 years later with a
Mostly
completely
us.
different
It makes it sound like one of us has had a limb amputated in the meantime. I'm here, but I'm missing both my legs.
The audience will never know.
Maybe
If we never stand up, they will never know.
You might have more legs.
Well, technically, I do have a new addition
terrible.
to the family.
That's true. Leah's had a baby.
I have had a baby. She's currently sleeping under the bed, I think, in my linen drawer.
It's hard to be a parent in this economy.
It is. Especially with 3 children, as a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. I think those are the lyrics. We are here with a new and improved concept and ideas.
It's definitely new.
And I think the biggest upgrade is that we have been diagnosed with ADHD, the both of us, which just explains a lot.
Explains everything about how the last attempt went. I'm losing my voice.
Absolutely.
Good start.
Yeah, we're great at this.
We're here.
True professionals.
We're still queer. We've both discovered that we've got ADHD.
Yeah. And only one of us is medicated.
Yay!
But you guys can guess who.
You try and guess which one of us.
Oh, hi, Fredo.
Fredo!
Fredo is not medicated.
He looks so serious. He's like, what the fuck are you two
on
about? Well,
somebody has to keep us in.
He's so good. He's so handsome.
He is so good, but he wants to go on the desk. He is not allowed to go on the desk. I mean, I'm trying to teach them not to be on tables when I'm using the tables. So far this has not been particularly
We just gave
successful.
A box and he sleeps on the table. On the table.
On the table.
I can't speak. He sleeps in the box on the table, and it's usually from Fredo. I can hear him purring again.
He's actually our third co-host. Fredo, are you allowed to be on the table? Gentle parenting my cat. Well, okay, you can be on the table, but you're on my notes, and this is a little bit...
such meaningful contributions, though. This is not a movie podcast.
Don't show your butthole.
It's just cat ASMR.
It's a Fredo podcast.
It's Fred's podcast. He has a lot of opinions. I would.
He does. He has so many opinions. He'll probably chime in at some point, knowing him.
Good.
Okay.
Right.
Do we want to attempt this?
What did we actually come here to discuss?
Yes. So, we are going to be reviewing A Christmas Prince. This movie is from 2017, which, how is it 8 years old? I do not know.
Say that.
Directed... I can't speak either. Directed. Neither of us can talk, apparently. Directed by Alex Zamm, and starring Rose McIver, Ben Lamb, and Alice Krige? 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 Krige.
Krige? I have no idea. I don't know.
Anyway, yes. Do you want to give us a brief synopsis of the plot of this movie? We're all wondering.
We're all wondering. It's basically the same as every other Christmas movie you've ever seen.
Love conquers all.
Love conquers all. What's her name? Amber?
What's her real name? Amber. I think it might be Amber. Wait,
Amber
I know I wrote it down.
Comes from New York, because every Christmas movie starts in New York.
Because that's where all Americans come from.
There's nothing else in America.
That is what the Hallmark Channel has led us to believe.
Though I looked it up, and apparently there's shots of other places in there. So yeah. It's like, this is New York. Look at the Statue of Liberty and, like, the Mississippi River.
Isn't that what America is?
Isn't that in New York? Everything's in New York. America is New York.
This is like the reverse Europe that American... When Americans are like, yeah, I've been to Europe.
And I've been to Europe. Good. Anyway, she's from New York. she's a journalist,
Mhm.
but she
Oh.
sucks at being a journalist, or like she's good at being a journalist, but she's underappreciated by her boss and her shitty co-workers,
I
except
mean,
for
so
her.
far, I think we don't even have that much proof that she is a good journalist because this is like her first
To be
assignment.
fair, like her notes on her computer were like really
I
pissing me off. We will get to that.
took notes on the notes.
I have comments. She works for a magazine which has some bland, boring name like Pop something. I don't know. Magazine.
Didn't matter.
Fashion magazine. Generic shit. With her gay best friend and her token black friend. Diversity purposes, who are there to cheer her on via webcam whenever she needs a pep talk. And she gets sent to Aldovia. Aldovia! Because the king died and the prince needs to be the king. But he might not want to be the king, so there might be drama, and none of the good journalists were available. So they sent Amber. How
That's
much
the
more
movie
synopsis
for
do you
you.
want?
No, I think that's great. And because it is a Christmas movie, and you know, we did say before, love conquers all. Obviously, they fall in love and
Of course.
get attacked by wolves because that's how every
Because
Christmas
that's
movie
normal.
goes. The movie opens on this montage of apparently New York and or the Mississippi River.
New York and other
Yeah.
places that might be mistaken for New York if you've never seen New York.
And we are immediately plunged into this girl's office day. Something I noticed during that scene is that not only were all the computers turned off, and at one point there's one guy just typing and his screen is just black.
I did not notice that, but I believe it.
But also, all the binders are empty. And it's...
I've got the computer in the background turned on.
And we also meet this one, like, super douchey entitled coworker who has absolutely no purpose in the movie other than being a douche.
A dick, yeah.
To just, like, prove that she is just such a good person. I also added that we're introduced to the Hallmark trio of token black friend and gay best friend for diversity purposes because the rest of the movie is everyone is white, I believe.
Everyone.
Every single
and
person.
British.
Yes. Because as we all know, everyone in Europe is British. Yeah, then she gets called into her boss's office. Yeah, she's, like you said, she's the one that gets sent to Aldovia because she's the last resort. Everyone else is on vacation, which is like, wow, I'm so glad that my boss values my work.
Jeez, I wrote it down. You're talented, hungry, smart, and none of my other whatevers were available.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I wrote down that there's this one mention of this elusive ex that she's still hung up on, apparently, but that's the one and only mention of this
right.
guy.
There's the whole, like, I'm not available, but I feel like they don't really lean into it enough at any point in the movie for it to be worth bringing up.
That's the only backstory there is. Other than, also, you know, her mother died, which is half her personality. She's also got, like, that, you know, that very wise dad that's just like, follow your dreams, believe in yourself.
Dreams. I don't mind you ditching me over Christmas, I'll live.
Right?
I felt so bad for her dad all through the movie. He was such a sweet, loving father, and she was just like, I'm just gonna fuck off, and you'll be fine, right?
I mean, at the same time, I would kind of hope that if you have, like, the opportunity of a lifetime, that your parents would be supportive. Then she goes to Aldovia because that's how things go. You have one conversation with your boss and then 20 minutes later you are across the country.
On a different continent.
On a different you're across the world.
Europe, it's right next to California, right?
Halfway across the world. We're assuming somewhere in Europe. I believe the movie was filmed in Romania, but
yeah. I think so.
And then,
I've written down that it looks like Birmingham Airport if Birmingham was posh. Brackets, it's not.
It's a massive ass airport
for a
like,
tiny fucking country.
Yeah, and there's so many people at that airport. And then, like, later on, by the end of the movie, there's, like, another shot of her in the airport, and it looks, like, minuscule, and it's just, like, how do these things, like, how...
And it just says Aldovia in the background. It's like, oh, I'm glad that I'm in the right place to leave from.
So, she arrives, obviously, because how else would she start her trip in Aldovia than by running into the prince that she's supposed to report on.
But he's got a beard, so no
But
one
he
knows
does
it's
have a
him.
beard, and also he's a dick, and he steals her taxi.
He's called Richard.
I also noted that later on because I didn't realize, like, it took me, I think, a good half hour to realize what these people's names were, even though I've seen this movie multiple times, unfortunately.
Did you notice how, like, the background extras were all super over the top the whole way through? Like, everyone was, like, so pissed off about the text. Like, did you guys see that? And everyone's like, oh, what an outrage. Oh, what a bastard. Like, you know?
And then she gets, like, immediately chauffeured, like, to, the press conference. And honestly, the whole press conference seems like just so bad. Did you notice, like, them just, like, all in sync being like, "Aww,
Yes.
oh."
Yes. Someone's, like, behind the camera holding up cards, like...
And also, like, none of them can form a singular sentence. So,
except
like,
for Amber, who
right,
asks
and then
all
she
of
has
the
to be
important
like,
questions.
when will the press conference be rescheduled? And everyone's like,
Goes,
yeah! So, I noted that at one point, like, after this, because after this she goes and sneaks in and basically just, like, pretends to be someone she is not, which is a crime.
Gonna try this at Buckingham Palace next time I'm in London.
But there is at one point, like, two scenes, and I'm already pissed off about her wearing Converse in the winter. Like, I feel like as a New Yorker,
She should know better.
she should know better because New York is very fucking cold.
I mean, didn't we see Central Park in the snow, like, right at the beginning?
We did. But especially in Romania in the snow, or anywhere where there is, like, feet's worth of snow around me, is the last place that I would be wearing Converse, because those shoes...
They're not waterproof.
They are not waterproof. They're not anything proof.
Like...
And I say this as the biggest fan of Converse, but they are not... They're not season shoes.
No.
But I was even more annoyed because there's, like, one shot where you see her go up the stairs, and I believe her Converse are blue, or, you know, the black. And then when she gets up, when the scene changes and she gets up the stairs, they're red. And I'm just like, how can you not even get your Converse straight?
It's a Christmas miracle.
In a movie that is basically centered around her Converse. So yeah, so she infiltrates the castle.
I feel like infiltrates is too, gives her too much credit. She stumbles into the castle.
She stumbles into the castle and gets mistaken for...
the tutor from America.
Yeah, I have so many questions because, like, yes, they got a tutor from an agency. Why are we not, as a royal family, doing a background check on these people? Why are we not, at the very least, getting a photo of this person? And we're just,
like, asking for ID when they stumble through the back door of the palace. Oh, you must be Martha. Like, oh yeah, that's me.
And then she encounters the prince, the bearded prince. And honestly, that beard looks absolutely awful. And of course they have this moment of, you!
You! And that's literally what I wrote down. You, question mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What are you even taking pictures of is the other question that I wrote down. Because she's like, she gets in and immediately is like...
yeah, it's like, why is she taking pictures of the suit of armor?
I mean, I'd get a selfie with the suit of armor. That is, like, the one thing I would take a picture of, and I would be in it. She's just literally just...
Mm-hmm. And she's also absolutely not discreet about taking any picture ever.
I also wrote this down later because, like, she's going around filming everyone and taking pictures, like, really...
Later at the party, she's just, like, basically walking up to the queen with her phone in hand, and it's like
you'd get yelled at on the streets of Germany for less. Like, you'd be holding your phone normally and someone would be like, are you taking pictures of my child? Maybe Aldovians are super, super relaxed about done.
Actually, we in Europe, we don't have technology yet, so we don't know about phones.
We don't know what a phone is here.
We don't. I noted that, of course, she'd immediately destroy a priceless heirloom because we have to emphasize that she is a polvo from New York, and they are very rich, and they own 15th century Ming Dynasty vases.
Like, I've seen this movie before, but, like, when she knocked it over, I was still like, oh,
Yeah.
girl, stop! Like, just stop!
Just stop. Just leave. Just walk out the door in your
Just-
shitty Converse. Even though she destroyed a priceless heirloom, they still let her teach this child who has spina bifida. Yeah. Amber and Princess Emily have this heart-to-heart. Shows like such vulnerability, and they get like super emotional, and then they decide that they're going to be best friends. And they see that His Royal Highness is outside, in like literally outside the back porch. So he's just like, as close to the castle as you can fucking get. And is just like practicing archery on the world's cheapest
archery set. That's what I wrote down. On sale at Decathlon.
And he's like 5 feet away from the target, and it's like, I'm sorry, how?
He's still not hitting it properly. Secretly a stormtrooper.
Yeah, and then this woman who gave absolutely no power to like pulling the bow back somehow manages to launch an arrow with such force that it pierces through glass.
Like a shitty decathlon arrow as well. Like, it's not even good quality.
It's weird, and it also adds nothing to the plot. Other than,
hey. It emphasizes that she should not be allowed to do anything ever.
Yeah. So then we move on to this party, which is just like for like rich people to celebrate pre-Christmas. Oh yeah, that's at first I was like, me?
Yeah, you.
Me specifically?
You specifically. Not me. Just you.
No, just me. I noted that, first of all, jellied meat.
What I wrote down is like, why is posh food always so gross? Like,
right.
Like, I don't know if you ever looked at like the menu for like the Nobel Prize winners' dinner. I looked at it once and I was like, I hope I never win a Nobel Prize. Because this all looks fucking horrible.
I like how you could just be like, I don't want to partake in the dinner. But you're like, actually, no, I just don't want the prize.
Well, for all of my, outstanding work in the sciences, obvious.
And peace. And literature.
World peace.
Also, who the fuck let this catering company walk into the royal palace with those shitty plastic colorful toothpicks?
Anyone can walk into the palace. They don't check ID. But yes, the toothpicks were bad.
And so during this party also, the Queen and the Prime Minister are just basically talking about state affairs, just like loudly in the middle of everyone. And then Amber just she comes on along with her phone and she's just like filming them and taking photos.
Like, oh hey guys, how are you doing today?
And then enter the enemy, the villain, Cousin Simon.
I've written Simon down several times, and like the first one, what does it say? Simon, ugh.
Mine says, ugh, Cousin Simon. So yeah, that's actually all there is to the party. Just like spilling state secrets in public, jellied meat, ugh, Simon. That's it.
Prince Richard getting the chance to show that he's so much more down to earth than all of these other nobles because he doesn't drive a Ferrari.
Exactly.
Or insist that people call him by his title.
And then the scene immediately goes to, I believe Simon is like playing the piano.
Written down, ew, Simon.
No, not Simon, Richard. He's just like playing the piano and she just stumbles upon him playing the piano. And then they get like super deep. Over dead parents, and then that's it. Then they move on, and there's another party.
I think I wrote down, ew, Simon, when he was getting all cozy with Sophia. And Sophia was like...
Oh, but I'm at the point where Sophia isn't there yet. This is like the scene before Sophia arrives.
My time skipped.
I mean, it's a really insignificant scene.
Alright. Yeah, now I remember. It's not
so
like
now
I watched this movie.
Anyway, now we're at the second party in the span of 2 days, which
It's
Fair.
Christmas.
It's Christmas, it's royalty. I can't blame them for that. And I had to note that this woman is on a press assignment and she brought two strappy summer dresses.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the devastatingly gorgeous ex-girlfriend walks in with her bad wig and sass.
The fucking handmade ornaments is what I've written down on that. I've just seen.
I mean, honestly, I would love to know how to woodwork and make ornaments. Unfortunately, I'm not a king of a tiny country somewhere in Europe. I also noted, how the fuck are her Converse that clean? Because those things are pristine, and she's wearing them everywhere. She's wearing them in New York. She's wearing them in the snow.
So many different pairs.
So either she's brought like 17 pairs of Converse, but either way.
I think she did. I truly believe, like, because she has like the red ones and then the slightly darker red ones and the black ones that she thought we wouldn't notice.
But basically that's that party, because parties at this castle are really only to bitch about royalty and nobility and stuff. And then we immediately go to Amber taking notes on her laptop, and they are the worst notes to have ever been noted.
It's just the formatting, for one.
The formatting is bad.
And I know that they probably made it like that so you could read it off the screen, but it's like...
I was elected to lead, not to read. Why are there ellipses in your notes? And,
you wouldn't expect a journalist to take notes like that.
Well, she's not a journalist. This is her first assignment.
This is her first assignment. Well, that's the thing. She didn't
and
go
it's
to journalism
also going
school.
to be her last.
Yeah. But it's like really, I mean, like maybe in like 5th grade I took notes like that.
Maybe.
Bullet point. Scribble, scribble, scribble. 4 lines of space. Bullet point.
That's it for that scene, just like a close-up of her really bad notes. And then next day, boom, Princess Emily has discovered her secret. Nobody else
even has a suspicion, but Emily...
These people employed to keep the royal family safe.
I have no fucking clue. These people just walking off the streets, being given rooms, and... I don't know. Emily's the only someone. Like, to be fair, I do like Princess Emily.
She's fun, but she's also...
It's fun,
yeah,
but it's like...
But it's also very forced and staged. Then I took down 2 notes for this, which is... I'm 90% sure that the denim shirt that Amber is wearing in that scene is from H&M. which was a very traumatic throwback. And also, William Tell had a crossbow and not a bow and arrow. And I feel like, living in Switzerland, I do need to point that out.
I mean, they would revoke your citizenship if you didn't. So.
Yeah.
It's obligatory.
Also, there is that moment of, you'll always have your dead parent here.
And yes. It's dreadful. It's dreadful. It's awful. I hate it.
And then there is more of Lady Sophia with her bad wig trying to sidle up to the king. And like, is nobody finding it weird that this woman, who they've been broken up for a long time, from what I gather, and she's just like, he's 2 days away from being crowned king, and she's like, I am in love with you.
No one understands you like I do. I love you, Richard. Really, I do.
And he's just, I don't know, he isn't outright like, you are full of shit. He's just like, I don't. It's just like, anyway, moving on. There is a celebration in the city, in the town that is Aldovia, because that is, apparently, there are 47 people in this country, and they are all assembled at the town square.
In front of the orphanage.
Yes. I also wrote down, why am I only now realizing his name is Richard Prince Dick?
Prince Dick.
And another thing that I wrote down is that the castle looks so cheaply decorated in like the night shots when you see like the lights.
It just looks
really bad. It looks bad.
It really looks like a hotel next to the motorway.
It does. But yeah, so far, we don't really have much of a plot other than, well, one time there's a party, then she tutors, and then there's another party, and then there's an event. And we see that because actually Prince Dick did not want to take part in the event. He wanted to play snowball fights with the kids at the orphanage because he's such a good guy.
Good old Christmas snowman execution by firing squad.
Yeah, that's how else would you execute a snowman?
Child appropriate.
And then we go back to Amber and Princess Emily.
Princess Emily tragically dies in a sledding accident, is what my notes say.
My notes say suddenly she has boots. Obviously, Richard finds them and they have to have another snowball fight because what else do people do
in Europe? Snowball fight.
A romantic snowball fight, that is true. And they actually just kind of leave Princess Emily lying on the floor, on the ground, like, which is just like...
But she laughs and
okay.
throws snowballs.
She does,
okay.
so it's okay. And I believe Simon and Lady Sophia are just like, oh, Paupers.
Right, I've written, ew, Simon again, in capital letters this time. Because he was trying to get really, like, close to...
Mm-hmm. I feel like Simon and Lady... What's her name?
Sophia,
right. I forgot. They're just, like, so badly acted. And the Queen is like, how dare you go tobogganing without me?
I know!
And it's just like... Okay.
I'm so angry, but don't worry, I'm cool. I'm not like the other moms.
I'm a cool mom. She's Leslie Knope in Mean Girls. And then I wrote down again, her and her fucking phone she's not even discreet about.
She's so obvious about taking pictures.
She's literally shoving her phone up in people's faces. I'm surprised that nobody has called her out on it. The story brings us to her spying on Prince Richard, and he rides off into the sunset on a horse. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to ride off into the sunset on a horse after him. And suddenly she knows how to tack up a horse.
How does she know how to ride?
As somebody who is, like, I mean, I have ridden horses for most of my childhood and teenage years.
I've seen horses.
I have looked at a horse. Hi, Fredo. But, like, tacking up, like, saddling a horse properly there is a technique to it, and also, like, this horse has, like, bits and bobs on his saddle, and they're all tied up properly, and I'm just like, how does this woman even know?
She did it so quickly.
And she did it so quickly.
Oh, Fredo.
But basically, she just, like, steals a horse.
And then she's talking to the horse, like, I hope you know where you're going. And the horse is just like, the horse bitch, you're full of shit. Like,
bitch, you stole me!
And then throws her off. And when the horse is, like, done with her, she's like, for God's sake, shut up.
Big mood. Kudos, horse. But yeah, then suddenly it's nighttime and there are wolves. And the wolves are attacking her because that is how wolves behave.
I've written, ooh, spooky, lol, wolves. Ha 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 ha.
I also, oh no, she's lost. Also, spooky presence in the wood. But of course, obviously, she gets rescued by Prince Richard. Because... On a horse.
With a gun.
And he has her horse. Because, you know, that is how things work.
It's how horses work.
That is how horses work, actually. That's what I learned in my very first horse riding lesson. And then they have, like, this cozy heart-to-heart in this sort of cabin thing where his father would...
His father's secret cabin.
Yeah, where he would come and do all the things that he did. And then they also stumble on this very mysterious, awful poem.
Ooh, a poem!
Something about something being thicker than blood at the end. And it's like, wow.
Some bollocks about seeds.
Yeah.
Very important.
But even not knowing what the movie is, like, as soon as you hear thicker than blood, you're just like, oh, okay, so the prince was adopted, and he's not really a blood heir? Like, what? Because what else would it be?
I gotta be honest, the poem, I did like, nothing to do with the poem went into my head. I was just like, oh, a poem. And I think that like, English class in school just traumatized me so much that I hear the word poem and my brain just switches off.
See, as like, someone who majored in English language and literature, I just had to. I
had to analyze it.
I had to. It's
what did the curtains mean?
That it was sunny outside and
the sky is the color blue, which means sadness. I don't know.
And yeah, so they almost kiss, and somehow for some reason they go back to the castle.
Interrupted by horse.
Yeah, and then
my
they
comment
ride.
on the kids.
Oh right, true.
The horse names.
The horse. Yeah.
And then I wrote, when the horse interrupts them, right, and he's like, "Oh, I'd better go check on them," and he goes out of the cabin. I wrote, it would have been a much better movie if they turned it into a horror film, and he just never came back.
Are we sure this isn't a horror film? Like this
From
movie,
the perspective
honestly,
of the horse, it definitely is.
From the perspective of me, this was quite a bit horrific.
But just imagine, like, suddenly it, like, does a complete, like,
yeah,
turn.
That would have been,
oh my god,
that would have been nicer.
King Richard's dead. Like the ghost of King Richard. Like they could have turned it into Hamlet or something.
Alas.
Or she goes and drowns herself.
Hamlet for dummies. But yeah, then they get back to the castle because that is how stuff works. They don't speak anymore. And she's somehow gotten a bunch of printed out copies of literally everything. Like, when did she...
She found it in the cabin.
Well, yeah, but she had...
out taming horses.
Yeah, but she had, like, copies made. Like, because these are, like, printouts and stuff. And it's just like... I'm sorry, that's your priority?
One coffee shop in Aldovia.
Yeah.
No one keeps track.
Oh, and there's also, like, this one really bad, like, Zoom conversation
where she just airs out all of the royal family's dirty laundry. Right? Guys, I just found out the prince is adopted. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows. But I know,
I'm telling
and so do you
guys. Also wrote down afterwards, because I guess there's a scene where... Oh, right, yeah, she does see Prince Richard and Lady Sophia at one point talking, and then Lady Sophia at one point kisses him, and I wrote down, why are people in movies always letting their exes kiss them?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like putting your hand out and stopping them is a thing, and apparently nobody knows about it, so PSA to every rom-com lead out there. You can physically stop someone from kissing you if you do not want to kiss them.
And then Amber's a complete bitch about it.
Yeah, because she is. But then they go on a romantic walk together. And meanwhile, Lady Sophia badly picks Amber's lock. Like, she just sticks the bobby pin in, wiggles it a tiny bit, but like not in a way that it actually did anything, and then boom, they're in. With
hacker voice. And then they ransack the entire room while the documents are just lying there on the bed in plain sight.
Then I wrote down fake sentimentality and ugly bracelet, so I believe this is where Princess Emily gives her a gift.
True, like the little bracelet, but we missed the part where they snog on the romantic walk.
Right. They do snog.
She's like, I have to tell you something, and then he kisses her.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't feel like telling him anymore. Although I did write down, like, it would be funny if she told him, like, mid-make out. Like, by the way, you're adopted. Anyway, carry on.
Also, I'm not a tutor.
Everything is a lie. Your whole life is a lie.
We're gearing up for the next party at the castle, because parties have to happen for Christmas. Also, this is a Christmas Eve ball, which is also where Prince Richard is supposed to get, like, coronated, which is such a weird time to pick to coronate someone at a Christmas party.
It's almost been a year since the king died.
Yeah, but then do, like, a whole
time
event for it. Don't just do it, like, offhandedly at a Christmas Eve party. Obviously, Amber, only owning 2 summer dresses, 1 button-down shirt, and 3 pairs of Converse, needs something to wear. So we bring in the budget Princess Diaries makeover squad, and
they do an awful job. It's like Musette, Lucette, and someone else. What are these names?
All they did was put her hair in a bun and give her too much eyeliner.
2008 wants that eyeshadow back.
It does. It really does. They did give her a big poofy dress, and she still wears Converse underneath.
She looks completely overdressed compared to everyone else.
She does. Everyone looks so cheaply dressed. Like, it's not... She's not even that overdressed in the sense of a royal party.
She looks like a kid.
But everyone else just looks so cheaply dressed. Also, that fucking Cinderella moment where she's just, like, on the stairs and everyone's like, God, she's so beautiful.
She's so pretty.
She does show them to Princess Emily, like, look at me, I'm still I'm still the
I'm
girl
still
who wears
quirky. I'm still not like the other girls.
So obviously, because she has now walked down the stairs, the party can start, and because, you know, we were waiting for her.
The main character has arrived.
We've got to get to coronating. Also, that crown looks so fucking bad.
They literally took a wedding script. And
They did!
changed it
I
up.
also wrote
It's
down
like the
that.
whole I do. And it's like, in sickness and in health.
If you object, say it so now or forever hold your peace. And it's like, what?
It's literally a wedding.
And then because he's like, oh, does anyone object?
Here we go.
and Lady Sophia, not Princess, but she's like, oh, actually I do. And then she spills all the family secrets. Like, well, actually, he was adopted and he's not the legitimate heir.
And
also,
she's
how the
a journalist.
That too. And I like how people were more flabbergasted about her being a journalist.
And the guy straight up asks, he's like, is it true that you're a journalist? Yeah. And is he adopted? They check that first.
There was less uproar about him being adopted than her being a journalist and not a tutor. So then, obviously, everything falls apart for Amber and she gets kicked out. And then she goes back to the airport of Aldovia.
Richard, and there's a whole dramatic, I don't even know who I am.
So Amber's at the airport of Aldovia, as we are reminded by the giant Aldovia decal in the back. She calls her dad and she's just like tearing up, telling him that she fucked up. And then obviously the dad is the one who gives like that last remaining piece. The clue. So she rushes back. And in the meantime, they have, on Christmas Day, mind you, not only married Simon and Sophia, but they've also assembled the entire parliament to come and swear them in as the new king and queen. Obviously, you know, she rushes back to the palace. She steals the ornament because we find out in the cryptic poem that it was specified, oh, actually, the way for Richard to be king is hidden in the seed, which is the acorn,
which is like
ornament that he made.
Why the secrecy?
Right? Well, they did adopt a child in secret, so obviously he had to create a new decree in secret because.
But you can't just.
You can't
secretly change the law with an acorn.
Well, you can if you are king of Aldovia.
In an acorn, and my word is law.
Yep. That's how European monarchies work.
Why do they even need a parliament if the king can just make magic acorn rules whenever he wants to?
Because the king is dead, so they need to find someone who can make new magic acorn rules. This whole scene is just awful, because then she rushes to parliament, and she's like, wait, I have this decree, and everyone's like, sees her, and like the queen, and everyone steps in for her, and they're like, no, let's hear her out.
It really doesn't take much convincing.
No, none at all. And I wrote down, this is so cringe.
It's like, she's like, no, I'm sure I know how he can be king. And everyone's like, oh, alright then, in you come.
Mm-hmm. And then, can we talk about this fuck-ass decree, though? Because, like, how the it is not formulated like a decree at all. It's just like, oh, my dearest son, Richard. If I were a member of parliament, like, this would not pass. I'd be like, no, fucking, let's crown Simon at this point. You can't
just pull rules out of acorns whenever you feel like it.
That's not how monarchy works.
How it works.
Also, I had to write down Richard Bevan Charlton. Richard Bevan gets coronated on the spot because that's how
it works.
Politics works.
After Simon has had half a coronation and then spent ages waving the royal stick around, being like, "You're not the king."
Mm-hmm. And then Lady Sophia is just like, well, I want a divorce.
I want a divorce.
Like, you've been married for 7 whole minutes at this point. I think an annulment will do.
Isn't it even a divorce? Right, just...
The ink isn't even dry on the paper, like...
Savage.
Then, obviously, everybody claps and is so happy, and Amber leaves because, you know, she makes a discreet exit, except that rather than walking out the door that's right behind her, she just goes up the stairs through the entire part. And it's just like, this is the weirdest attention-seeking behavior from anyone that I've ever seen.
I noticed some parallels, or at least it reminded me of Johnny English. Pascal Sauvage being crowned and then not quite making it to being king. And I want to do a side-by-side comparison and see how many similarities there are between both movies. I feel like there's going to be like...
Well, nobody was swinging from the roof and stealing the crown in this movie.
I feel like I can imagine Amber doing that, though.
Unfortunately, I fear she doesn't have enough personality to actually pull that off.
By the lace of a Converse.
She actually ties all her Converse together.
Although we've established, I mean, it has been established recently that it doesn't take that much effort to steal the royal jewels from anywhere. So
yeah, I mean,
she could just rock up in a high-vis jacket.
She didn't even need a high-vis. She didn't even need a high-vis jacket. She just strolled into
the palace. She could have just picked it up and been like, I live here.
I'm the tutor.
I'm the tutor. History lesson.
Unfortunately, I believe Johnny English is far too good a movie to be compared to this.
It is a good movie. The other thing I wrote down, because of like all of the wedding vibes in the whole coronation, is can you get a license to crown someone online like you can to marry people?
Oh, that would be so funny.
Like, by the power vested in me.
And the internet.
Literally said. In those exact words. And I'm like, can you just, like, can anyone do this?
Just, like, get ordained to be able to... to perform
create
coronations.
As many new monarchies as you want.
I would crown George as my first.
I would crown George. She's so good.
Yeah. We haven't done a very good job at telling the story, but there's admittedly not much of a story. After that, she leaves.
The editor's like, you wrote a story and I'm not going to publish it.
And it's a puff piece. Mean. I also wrote, do her friends actually serve a purpose other than blowing smoke up her ass?
No, is the answer to that. They don't. That's all also, they're there for.
Did you notice that her blog is just named Amber's blog?
I wrote, like, no, I didn't, but I did write down, like, did people still read blogs in 2017?
I mean, I think so. But
they don't, because they don't anymore, and I'm wondering 8 years ago, like,
maybe. Hey, 8 years ago was like practically the Middle Ages. I wasn't even born then. Amber has bid adieu to her life and her friends in Aldovia, right? And now she's helping her dad at his diner, Rudy's Diner, in that ugly ass polo that, however, does match the red of her Converse. And so she's having dinner with her friends, and they try to set her up on a date, but then she's like, oh no, I don't want to, and they don't even
just stays there, and
she just stays there. They don't even try to convince her. They're just like, yeah, okay, you stay here with your lame ass dad in his lame ass diner, and we are going to go out with these 3 people who just threw snowballs at the diner window.
The snowball throwing really annoyed me.
Right? Is that how we get people's attentions? Next snowball gets... Next throw...
I'm snowing throwballs!
So, a second snowball has hit the window. Who would be there other than Prince Richard? Well, now King Richard.
King Richard, please.
And he proposes to Amber in the middle of the New York street. I'm actually surprised that not a single car has come by and honked at them, or just full on run them over. She's like, you know nothing about me, other than I wear Converse and my mom is dead. But still, I will marry you, man I know nothing about, other than that you look shitty in a beard and your dad is dead. And that's it. And that's...
They lived happily ever after.
That's the movie.
Sequel. I love it.
Amazing.
It's one of my favorite movies ever.
10 out of 10. And so my verdict, so on a scale of not throwing any popcorn at the screen to throwing my whole bucket of popcorn at the screen, throwing my popcorn but also rewatching every year.
I want to empty a bucket of popcorn over all of the characters' heads.
Sounds about
yeah,
right.
like I'm throwing it. I'm like, there's just so many moments where you're like,
boo, Simon!
Yeah, Simon! I have to count how many times I wrote ew, Simon. Hang on. I can find out. Oh, there's a Simon ew. Simon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. It's a lot of
Thought it was
Simons.
one.
And I actually have a couple reviews.
Amazing. I got
These are
lost in the
all from
forest.
Rotten Tomatoes. First of all, I have a bone to pick with Rotten Tomatoes because a 73% rating on
That
this
seems
movie.
high. That's
I
generous.
I refuse. My first review that I've got here is from Andrea E, and it is from December 12th, 2021. And it's 0.5 stars out of 5. Honestly, one of the worst movies ever. Instead of making me feel good, like one of those movies should, I was irritated to the point of rooting against the obnoxious liar female lead. And the acting borders on criminal. Is there no one in Hollywood from New York? I kind of think there is. So why the horrible, phony New York accents? But you can't blame the actors for the dialogue so cliched it literally sounded like an SNL skit, satirizing bad movie dialogue. When the prince/king comes to propose to Amber at the end, even she says, "But we barely know each other." Yet, spoiler, 10 seconds later, she says yes. Oy vey. The next one is from Anonymous. It's also 0.5 stars, and it's from January 5th, 2020. Absolutely revolting, disgusting, and still makes me sick thinking about. The entire movie just had me rolling my eyes at every piece of dialogue, as if the entire script was written from a wet dream. I have another one from Anonymous that's 1 out of 5 stars, so slightly more generous. And it's from February 24th, 2019. Paper thin writing. There is a plot, of sorts. A couple of twists, but ultimately this is a low budget fantasy about how the nice girl gets to marry the prince. As if that was ever in doubt. The dialogue seems to have been stitched together from greeting cards. The palace is pretty. Apparently it's in Romania.
Like, isn't that the point of a movie like this, though? Like, you kind of expect it to be a bit stupid and a bit over the top.
I mean,
they do take it to an extreme. I feel like that review is like a little bit like, well, yes, but you knew what you were watching. But at the same time, it is terrible, so I get it. Fredo.
Fredo. Okay,
Oh.
and then now I'm going on to some 5-star reviews. So this is from Anonymous. It's from December 26, 2019. I feel that is a real charmer, and it ignites a hope in the youth, especially those with love aspirations, that anything is possible if it done out of love. This one is also from Anonymous. It's also 5 stars, and it's from December 23rd, 2017. I thought I had seen it all. I thought the world had nothing left to offer me. Then I saw Christmas Prince. This festive dumpster fire full of cliches, cringy one-liners, and shameless exploitation of a children with disabilities. Of a children. Yep.
One whole children.
With disabilities renewed my faith in the movie industry. This movie has proven that you can never have enough poorly produced films with milquetoast white protagonists who work for gossip magazines, nor enough films starring a whiny privileged asshat whose constant existential dread can be summed up with the sentence, "But mom, I don't want to be king." If you've ever wanted to live vicariously through an adopted, sexless prince who resembles a russet potato or an 8-year-old princess who just won't stop saying, "It's spina bifida and there is no cure," this is the film for you. Thank you, A Christmas Prince, for restoring my faith in humanity. After all,
that's my favorite. So
after all, if the prince could somehow manage to fly to America with no security whatsoever, so he could propose to the most basic white bitch in New York in front of her dad's barbecue shrimp palace, anything is possible.
that's exactly how I feel about this movie. I could have written that review. I think that's it. That's really like
that really
that
kind of cements it all,
exactly
puts it all together. That's they said it
Beautiful.
better than we did.
So much more quickly and efficiently as well.
Yeah. Maybe they should start a podcast.
Maybe they should start a podcast.
But yeah, so that was our episode on A Christmas Prince.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. And I guess next time, I suppose we can announce it, that we will be watching and critiquing what's it called? A family stone? The family stone?
Family stone, I think.
Family stone. There's definitely
Something
family
to do
stone.
with stones in a family.
And Diane Keaton, I believe.
Boy!
Where did you... Bye. No?
So patient. Takes it out of my head by... Oh,
Good
Fredo.
boy.
Oh, man.
He's a good boy.
He's a good
He is a good boy.